My name's Diana, and I did my project on game-based learning. So, a show of hands of who has played a game in the past year in a class. All right, awesome. I'm glad to see so many hands. Let me tell you a little bit about what I did with some students this summer. But first, I'll explain what game-based learning actually is. So, it's a type of play, and it's where you can actually measure or see learning outcomes for students. The game I'm playing up here with the girls, it's called Four-Way Countdown. So and that's an example of one. And kids work on their counting skills. They have to use addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And the goal for them is to get all of their little pieces down on the board before anyone else. And I picked game-based learning because I want to go to school for teaching, and I thought it would be a great experience, and I would learn a lot from doing this project and learning a new teaching method. I believe play and schoolwork go hand in hand with each other. So for kids, it's creating, and all of their action and their energy throughout the day and learning are linked together. So it makes sense to have educational games. During my research, I had read an article on game-based learning, and the author had written about how when kids are actively engaged, they end up understanding more information out of whatever the lesson is. So when we experience pleasure, it's directly correlated with learning. So for my project, I wanted to see how effective game-based learning is. And so over the summer, I went to Bo Youth, and I worked with first and second grade. And I had one group play games all summer, and then another group do math worksheets. And I compared the two. So I looked at the excitement that the kids had when I came into the room and gave them the games and the worksheets. And I looked at how accurate their answers were during the games, and then I had graded the worksheets throughout the whole summer. To my surprise, a lot of the kids doing the worksheets actually were excited to see me and excited to see what I had in store for them. And everyone was excited when I brought out the games as well. They both had positive results, which I was really excited about. And it was able for me to bring out my creativity in coming up with the worksheets and coming up with the games for them to do. I also enjoyed getting to job shadow a pre-K teacher at Bo Youth, and she had a lot of advice for me in what kids should be learning and different ways that you can approach it, and so it was really helpful to have her 2 to 3 times a week, and then in the afternoon I would go and play the games with the kids. I know I'm still very passionate about becoming a teacher, and I know that this is what I want to do. And the information I learned throughout the whole entire project will definitely help me in my future plans in becoming a teacher. And I know as a teacher, I want to give students the opportunity to learn the way that best fits themselves individually. So I know I'm definitely going to offer options like game-based learning and like worksheets for them to do in class so it can benefit them the most. And I want to stay creative and have it fun and energetic so they want to learn and open-minded. So I wanted to end with a quote to keep you guys thinking, and it's from an expert in the field of game-based learning. And she says, "Tell me and I'll forget, show me and I may remember, involve me and I'll understand." So what she's talking about is how if you're involved in something, it pushes you to be hands-on and want to learn, and that's exactly what game-based learning does.
Can you talk a little bit about you said you had to make worksheets and you had to come up with the games. Talk a little bit about if it was harder to do one versus the other. Do you know what I mean?
It was definitely hard to come up with worksheets. So I did it based on math because I like math. And some worksheets I would have questions about addition and subtraction. I did a worksheet on coins so they could figure out like what's a quarter and what's a nickel and what are they worth. We also did worksheets with like pictures on them as visuals, and they would have to, add or subtract that way, and like how many bears that they were left with at the end. But that was definitely harder than coming up with fun games.
Okay.